Hey, hello. Hi, Above Life channel. The purpose here is to inspire your spirit and to fill you with hope. We are connecting today on our Monday weekly video. We're going to have a conversation about the slow motion energy. You may have felt this. I'm going to do a quick check on my sound. Let's make sure it's live here. Just give me a sec here. Good morning. So it's June 10th today. I want to kind of document that for the topic because of the energy conversation we're going to have. So, all right. I know, especially for those of us who are very empathic and are very feely, sometimes the feeling of everything of the things can be so overwhelming, and it can kind of pull us in a lot of different directions, and it make you feel kind of like you're maybe not in your body, or it might make you feel energetically like energy might make you feel like you're not grounded or rooted, or might make you feel kind of flighty, forgetful, those kinds of things. So I want to acknowledge first that you are okay. We are okay. As a society and as a humanity, we're okay. All right, everybody, we are okay. Here on June 10th, 2024, we're okay. All right. So let's make sure we're connecting into our bodies so that we can fully receive this information about the energy and what's going on, because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot happening. Okay. And it's not overtly obvious. So the things that I'm talking about that are influencing your heart space, your heart chakra, your empathic energy, your intuition isn't public necessarily. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. There's a lot of very uncertain um, energy in big circles or big spheres that influence us as society, our cultures, our governments, our environment. Just there's a lot of things going on in big circles that influence us all. I'm seeing like three circles, like the body, mind, spirit model kind of thing. And it feels as though these things are all overlapping and related, but behind the scenes it's really for our benefit, right? Like we're the point in between, we're that center point. We are the point of conscious awareness. We are, as individuals, we are that point, that light point. But it feels like behind the scenes things are being it's a shit show back there. Let's just say it that way. Okay? It's a shit show behind the scenes. So public stuff that's going on, some of it we're seeing, we're actually, because it's leaking out, because it can't, like, it's like the septic system overran. And disgusting, like stuff is seeking out into society. And the truth of the matter is things that are set up, structures that we have bought into, that we operate within or around, or try to figure out ways around systems and things. We don't really, as human beings, want to know all the dirty little secrets behind the scenes, because then we got to do something about it. Like we might have to get involved. All right. And so, as empathic people, that's a hardship right now, especially as we are in June. We're halfway through the year, people. Halfway. We're halfway. So, do you want to go back? Do you want to turn around and go back? I don't recommend that, because if you turn around and go back right now, you're going to end up where you started, and you're going to have walked the same distance. You're going to have moved through the same amount of distance. So it's the same amount of time will have passed, and you'll just be backtracking. This is not the time for backtracking. Okay. I know. I'm also not saying you have to get involved. I'm not saying you have to, like, do your part and stand up and get in there, and you're doing your part by existing, all right? Let's be clear. We are lighthouses. You empathic spirit, you are a lighthouse, and you are keeping the boats, people, other spirit, from being crashed in and sinking. So we are the lighthouses. And that's a lot. That requires us to maintain and manage our energy, which is a huge full-time job at times until you get a rhythm. So let us create our own structure. Let us create our own rhythms, things that work for us. Let's find our own patterns, our own cadence. Instead of the tempo being set for us by the conductor, let us pick up one of the instruments and start deciding how that beat's going to go. And there are multiple choices for how you're going to manage that energy. There might be things like what we've talked about before. This is a selenite piece. I have multiple ones of these. I have a couple little ones that I travel with. They're like this. And I have a selenite lamp, and I have a wand, a couple of wands actually, a smooth one, and then a kind of a chunky one like this. Selenite's a little tricky. If you can get a smooth one, it's nice because otherwise they flake. They come in little, can you see that? They kind of come in little flakes. They can slip off like slivers and kind of hurt you. Oh, see that? Ooh. These energies, selenite is known for helping with spirit connection within ourselves and from our lead spirit guides. Okay. It is like a protective energy. This is like the light inside your lighthouse. That's what this is. Again, it's selenite. Okay. And you can get them anywhere. And they're so pure and clear, and you don't have to clear them. In my experience, I haven't had to clear them or anything like that. But this is an energy management thing. This is simple because what this does is your brain sees this and goes, oh, I know what that's for. Oh, I know what that's doing. And just by acknowledging the purpose of this with the brain, you're activating it. It's like you're flipping the switch on. Now the switch is on and it's doing its job. Okay. This is one of the ways you support your energy management. This is how simple it is to be an empathic person and manage your energy. This is how simple it is to recognize that, like when people say self care, this is what it is for us. Okay. Something simple, natural like this. But the hardest part, perhaps, is to do that, to bring something like this into your environment. Bring it to your work, set it on your computer. And other people just go, oh, that's so pretty, oh, whatever. They don't have to know about it. You don't have to explain about it. You know, and that's what matters. This is your light. So symbols and metaphors when you're doing intuitive work are key. Hello, are key. All right. And these are symbols and metaphors are individual and personal. They're customizable based upon your spiritual lineage, your past life experiences, your present cultural connections, your energy of the spirit guides that you have. And they may change throughout time. Like, for example, I have, it's over here. I'm not going to get up to reach it, but I also have red jasper. I've shared that with you before, and I use them all the time in my pockets when I feel disconnected. Like when I'm in a state like right now, June 2024, and I'm like, I really feel slow. I really feel a slow motion. It's kind of like we need to use the theme song from Aerosmith, Sweet Emotion, but we need to call it slow motion. And then we can maybe pick up the beat and have some fun with it because the energetics of things, because there's so much going on behind scenes that we are not privy to in our conscious mind, but we are still connected. We are all connected. All the souls in the world, on this planet, and in other places, we're connected. That's what grids are. We're all connected. It's a web. Like, this is why people, I think, go, ew, spider webs. Ooh, they're so sticky and connected. Well, that's energy, people. That's the metaphor, but it's also the reality of what energy is. So stuff is impacting you. You are not crazy. Well, most of us. And if we are, it's because of all these other things we've been feeling over time. You're getting burned out, you're getting overwhelmed. And some of you are like, just fuck it. Fuck it. And then you turn to other things to manage your energy, like chocolate. That's my thing. I like chocolate, or coffee, or maybe a drink, or maybe other kinds of stimulus, or things that, like, maybe smoking or things like that, that can create habits that are really a distraction or deterrent that aren't really healthy for you. A lot of people who are empathic and sensitive fall into addictions easily. Because why? Because what did I just say? We have to have a rhythm and a pattern and a practice to manage our energy. And it's easy just to reach for a shot of vodka than it is to go outside for a walk, sit on your butt and meditate, or get a drum and drum, or doing all these other different kind of simple things, like learning about different divination tools like card decks or oghams, or whatever it might be for you. It takes work to do this kind of thing. This is a ogham. This is one of my favorite tools to use. I don't use them all the time. They're really, really sacred for me. They're a Celtic tree oracle, Celtic tree wisdom. This. So this is a stave. It's like what I just showed you with the rock, except it's more of it gives you a message. It would give you a message. Although rocks and crystals can give you messages too, because you can look up the meaning of what a selenite is, and you can key in on that. But my point is let's do things that are healthier for us energetically to support us. That's what's going to help us move through times that are maybe challenging or disappointing. We'll say it that way. Because right now it's like summer. I feel like I should have like all this energy and woo, 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 go, go, go. And I don't really feel like that. And I'm like, why is that? And my guides have, when I've gone on my walks and stuff, and I'm doing great on my walks, by the way. I'm doing like 3.5 miles a day. I'm up to 3 miles a day is the goal now. And the last few days I've done 3.5. So I'm very proud of myself, because I want to build stamina. I really want to have endurance. And that is a metaphor, again, for energy. And it's connecting with my body and spending time in nature and all of that. And as I've been walking, I've been having conversation and connecting with, what is this? Like, why is this feels so different than it's felt before? And I'm like, is this about me because of my experience? No, it is collective. It is a collective thing right now. Things are slower right now than they usually are. You may be feeling that too. And if you're not feeling like that, if you're feeling a lot of pressure and a lot of deadlines and a lot of pushing and forcing, it's because really your energy is slower. It is more in slow motion. And it's not that you're doing something wrong and you're not caught up to the deadlines, the demands, the pressures of day-to-day life. It's that this part, this higher pressured part, this expectation part, this I need other people to do stuff for me, and this all these structured things that aren't healthy or good for us as a whole are going faster and faster and faster. And they're spinning out the circles. They're spinning out behind the scenes. We can't see it, but what we can feel is the pressure that your boss has. Maybe your boss isn't a jerkwad. Maybe it's the pressure and the stressors that are put upon the boss from the higher ups, from the competition, from their own personal lives, and it's all mixing together and it's creating this pressure cooker within them. And instead of like you, the slow cooker crock pot, like you're like the slow cooker kind of chilling over here, and boom, here comes this. You're like, oh, okay, let's breathe. Let's breathe, everyone. Sit in your meeting. Next time things start to spin out and people go talking about this, and you'll notice more gossip in your Zooms, more drama, and it's just a distraction. That energy is distracting from the productivity, from the common good of the goal that we all have. Whether you agree with the goal or not isn't really the pertinent point. The point is the common thread that is bringing you together in that grid at that moment. Say, hey, let's everybody, can we just stop? Let's just stop for a second here and take a breath. Okay, let's take a beat. And if you're not going to actually do that in your meeting, before you speak, say, intentionally slow the energy down. Don't jump in and spin like the tilt-a-whirl. Intentionally slow the energy down by the way you're speaking, by how fast you're speaking, by the cadence, by the tone. Soften your body. Give yourself permission to release air so you're not holding it up high, so things are moving for you. So even if you are in a chaotic environment and it's feeling really negative and intense and you just feel crappy about it, you reclaim your energy, space, and awareness by doing those subtle things. Practice those patterns, and it will make a huge difference for you. So, what I wanted to tell you is that slow motion is the point right now. That's the point. So, you're not, if you allow yourself to just be in this slow moving energy that isn't about necessarily about action, even if you have to do things, you can do things, no problem, like autopilot to do stuff, no problem. But this isn't necessarily, now you're going to have to feel into your own discernment. I want to make sure you make decisions that feel right in alignment for you and best for you. Okay. I'm not telling you what to do because you get to decide that. You have the power and the self authority to decide what's best for you in alignment, body, mind, heart, and soul. Energetically, what it feels like to me right now that is happening is that it's an opportunity for us to just be in a state of trust as things unfold, because it feels as though there is more to be revealed in order for you to actually take those steps. So you might be taking some steps. You might have had plans that you're going to do this and this and this and this month. But the truth is, if you do this and this and this month, you're going to be redoing some of this and this and this and this. Or you're going to be changing your mind, or it's going to go completely a different way. Now, I recognize in business and a corporation and a company, you have to still follow protocols and procedures, and you have to follow along and continue to do those things, even though you know in your gut it's going to change or it's not going to be the thing. It doesn't matter. You still get paid to do the work. So do that work. Focus on the present, be present, and do it. Try not to be too psychic about it, okay? Try not to be too psychic, like, this is wasted time, this is wasted. No, no, no. You're holding the space, is what you're doing. You empathic person, you a super intuitive psychic person, you're holding the space for the rest of the people, that organization, that department, or that person to do whatever it is they need to do. They're spinning really fast because they need to clear themselves. It's like a toddler that has had too much sugar and they are crazy and they can't take a nap because they're awake, but they're so tired and they're fighting against themselves. Just watch that. Like, that's what's happening. And then I'm going to say, have some compassion for that. Okay. Not everybody's enlightened, and a lot of people think they are. Okay. I'm not enlightened. If I was, I would not be in a body. Let me just tell you. Okay. If we were all enlightened and ascended, we would not be here. Okay. So let's just accept that. We're doing the best we can. All right. So the slow motion has a purpose. It has a purpose. So if you can, spend more time in nature doing really simple things like going for a walk or um, if you can't get outside or do that kind of thing, listen to audios that have like the wave sounds and the nature sounds. If you're like at work or whatever, have stuff that's going that feels natural around you. Maybe you have a scent in the air. Maybe you bring flowers into your environment. Maybe, something that's like really yummy. Like maybe it's healthy veggies. You make yourself a little veggie tray, or you make yourself a little fruit tray or that kind of thing, or you put a bowl of fruit like a representing abundance on your table, and you take out an apple and you cut it up, and you really feel the energy of, wow, this is beautiful, this is so sweet and simple. It's literally things like this, my friends, that will cure you from the chaos and drama of life at times. Okay. And I know it can be really hard not to take action. And I can't, in good conscience with my brain, my human brain can't tell you don't take action or postpone that thing you were going to do or launch or whatever. If you can you wait till after like the solstice, and then the energy is going to kind of loosen up a little bit. If you're going to launch your vlog or your podcast, you might do a soft launch. Okay. Do a soft open. Now's a good time to like chill with a friend, meet somebody for coffee. Don't make it hard. Like, this isn't like the let's make amends. Let's do our hard, heavy lifting work. Oh my God, I haven't talked to you for 20 years. Let's meet. No, this is not the time for those things. Because what will happen is right now, if you're trying to force things to happen, past stuff will come up for you. I can clearly see that in the field. Past things that you have that have bit you in the ass before will come back and bite your ass again. So you will repeat some patterns. So anybody that's like dating right now or on dating apps or anything, just keep things really slow motion. Not deep commitments, not intensity. If somebody comes at you with intensity, no, thank you. Hard pass on that, because you have enough intensity within you. Okay, let's just be honest. We're not empaths because we're so sweet and delicate. We're empaths because some of us are badass bitches, and we are like, could be set on fire in 2 seconds. We are flammable. We can be moody. We can be flammable. This is the time to stay away from what's combustible, okay? Stay away from open flames. Use other tools, other elements like air. That's why if you're outside, if you can't get outside, just be inside, breathing, connecting into the body, breathing with intention. Take a moment just as you're walking throughout your day, and when notice, check in with yourself and notice am I holding my breath? Oh, it's up high in my belly. Get it into your diaphragm. Get it into that solar plexus, not just your heart. Don't make your heart the empathic person you are. Do all the heavy lifting. Just stop that. That's not very nice. The heart doesn't need to do it all by itself. Whew, that's what that solar plexus is for. That's what that spirit chakra is, by the way. It's your belly, right? It's like that belly button area, that sun chakra energy, that shining bright light energy. Yeah, that's in your belly. So you got to get there. So as you're walking through your day, just ask yourself if you're breathing high up in your body or lower in your body. And if you're holding your breath, give yourself a moment to pause and take a bigger breath and release. Release isn't always, when you exhale, isn't to necessarily clear something out of you. The exhale, the release can be to find your way back home, inside your body, in your heart, in your soul, in your body. Being in the body, being aware of the body's rhythms. That's a great way to be grounded, to feel connected, especially during times when things are in slow motion. Okay? It's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to misunderstand this energy. This is why we're talking about it today. Okay. But the slow motion time, the slowdown of energy, it's required right now. There's something going on for us. in the months ahead that right now we're gifted this. And believe you me, it's frustrating for me too, because I started a whole bunch of stuff this year and it's like just wait. It's like pause. It's like slow. Everything is slow and steady, right? Slow and steady. We don't need to be in a desperate energy, a desperate energy to escape or distract us from the gentle knowing that we have. Sometimes when we get too far ahead of ourselves. I know I have that, and then we lose our footing and then we fall. So if we're more conscious about the steps that we're taking, not because we're afraid, not because we're doing it wrong, but trusting the natural rhythm and being in alignment with ourselves, being present, being here for ourselves is going to make all the difference in the world. You're going to be so successful. That's what success is about right now. It is about recognizing this slow motion and understanding what the slowdown is for. And we have these periods of time in our lives at different points. So you may be just coming out of a period of time that was really dominant for you, or you might not quite be in there yet, but you're going to get there. Just trust me. And then you're going to say, oh my gosh, I need a session. And I'll be like, okay, schedule it up. I got you. Let's have a conversation about energy and what's going on for you. So you can make conscious, intuitive, and informed decisions for yourself, like really get the support that you need and deserve and want. You want the support, you want the connections. That's what you want. So stop the escapism. Don't do the old stuff because it's not going to help. Do things like tapping, EFT tapping. If you're not familiar with it, look up Brad Yates, Tapping with Brad on YouTube, or the tappingsolution.com. They're actually also on YouTube, Tapping Solution, and learn about this technique to calm the nervous system, calm the energy. And there's tons of other techniques out there. There's different types of meditations. There's acupuncture, there's chiropractic care, there's massages, and there's cranial sacral work, and there's using essential oils, using oils and anointing yourself. That's what I've been doing because it works really well for me, but that's my thing. Like, and I always do that. And so there's lots of different things that you can do. So, all right. Okay, so that's the info for today. I am trying to feel into if there's anything else here. So the OMs, the Celtic tree wisdom, is really important, and I haven't done them for a while, and all of a sudden, right before I stepped into this, I had to grab them. Celtic tree oracle. You can actually get a card deck that is this, but I buy the deck, but I use the OMs themselves. These are like runes, sort of, which isn't just Celtic, it's also Nordic. But there's, in this book that comes in the deck, there is the information about what the staves mean and what the trees mean. So I'm going to share with you the 3 that I got, so you have a sense of what this is. This is just an additional tool or divination tool. It's not for everybody, but I think the nature element and the fact that trees have grounding roots is a part of our conversation today. So I'll share this with you. Okay, so this first one here that I got this one is holly, and it's about justice and polarity. So this is about the difference between the slow motion and the fast motion. Like, there's something in between here. There's something in between. We're in the in between. That's how this feels. And it really feels like it's about balancing. Okay, balancing the parts of your life that feel like you're pressured to move ahead quickly, but you're not ready to do that. Find the balance of the in-between, negotiate that energetically, and be really aware of where you're at, body, mind, heart, and soul, as you are doing that. Okay. The second one is, let's see. This one is, I don't know. I need to get my glasses. Let me grab my glasses. Okay, so this one is a gorse, and it's about collecting and gathering. Collecting and gathering. So to me, this is about the energetic web that we talked about a couple of times here, the grid system, how we're all connected, and also to use and leverage your tools. So whether that be tapping, meditation, yoga, walking in nature, using your favorite crystals or rocks, burning your sage, your favorite incense, or using your oils, whatever that looks like for you, do it. Okay. And then the last one, there were 3. The last one is this one. This is a poplar or an aspen, and it's about, oh, wait, nope, 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 nope. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. This is the yew, Y-E-W. These trees are usually around cemeteries, and they really are that gateway or that doorstep between life and death. So it's the life, death, life cycle, or it's the rebirth. Yep, it says rebirth, legacies, and ancients or ancestors. So this is a nod. It feels like to me, this is a nod to leaning on or connecting into the wisdom that you already came into this lifetime with, that may be showing up for you. Okay. And I know there's some trickiness when you utilize other tools from different cultures in this timeline right now, especially like, look at me, I'm like the whitest person there is. So if I'm sitting on here burning some sage, it could be considered cultural appropriation by some. When you are connecting in an honorable way with your ancestors, if you're channeling a spirit guide that says, utilize sage, like I have dragon's blood sage that I use it all the time. I love it. I just started using juniper. And some cultures might actually use those specific herbs or things and might kind of have that might be where the roots are. Try not to be respectful, obviously, but don't worry too much about the judgments or projections. Do what really feels honoring and alignment for you, as long as you're very respectful about that. So even these, because I'm not Celtic in this lifetime, could be considered that. So I'm bringing that up because I think that there's so much fear that's starting to come into the spiritual area, where there are people that are misusing sacred tools. I'm just going to say it that way. That sounds really mean and judgy, but it's just the truth, you guys. There's some people that are just not that respectful about utilizing the tools and giving honor to the land when you are harvesting your sage, or being respectful of the spirit guides and knowing your ancestral lineage as a soul family connection. Like there are, there's really a gentle balance and a really respectful way to do that. And part of the reason I think why we do feel separated is because how do I say this? It's kind of like the same vein of, just because somebody has a card deck doesn't mean they're a qualified psychic medium that you want to hire. You know what I mean? There's like a balance. You have to use your own discernment and know your own heart, and then be open to understanding the cultures, especially if you want to learn how to use that tool in a way that honors that and is respectful of that in this timeline now. Okay, even if you've been that in a past life, I get it, I understand that, but not everybody is doing things in that way. Not everybody is that conscientious about their intuition and psychic spirituality. There's a lot of people that are saturating the spiritual marketplace, and it's really just like make a buck, and that's challenging, because that's also like our other structures that we've been working with. So make sure that when you do utilize like sweet, wonderful divination tools, that you're doing it in a way that is just honoring and loving and sharing. Okay. All right. Wow, I don't know where that came from. I guess this tree, the yew tree, wanted to share that. Now remember, that's about rebirth and ancestors. Interesting. Right. Ooh, that was a little soapbox. I didn't expect that. Better get grounded in my body. All right, I'm going to say hello in the chat, and then I will be off to start my week and encouraging you to do the same. Yes, I am doing private sessions. You can access my calendar in the notes below in the description once this video is live. Hello, LB. Hi, Grace. Oh, Passion Pixie. Whoop, whoop. Oh, that's my friend there. Dream Genie, I see you. Lisa. Oh, we got Deja. We got our college kid. Good morning. Nice to see you. Lisa from Florida. Nice to see you. Got a couple new people. Looks like, hey, Nancy P. Nice to see you as well. All right. Okay, my friends. I hope that we've inspired your spirit today with our little informative chit chat here and encouraged you to live your life in alignment. Take care of this energy. Don't push yourself too hard if you can help it. Sit this one out. I almost titled this video, Sit This One Out, because the energy is like, "Mwah." I'm like, oh, I hope that at the solstice it'll kind of break up a little bit. But I see it kind of going into like July 4th, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I see it that after July 4th, it really kind of opening up a little more. So there you go. There's some psychic info that I got, and I thought I would pass that along to you today. A little bit different than what I do usually. I usually don't necessarily do that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. Sending you just a whole bunch of love, lots of hugs, and grounding energy here. I'm going to ground my heart space. I got to ground my heart chakra as I step into the day. All right. Have a great day, you guys.